But we we need to start talking about this. We need to start talking to our tribal members. We need to open their eyes, and they need to see what's going on. And for some reason, our tribal members are just closing one eye and hoping for the best. But they're the ones that are going to get hurt. Well, we all are going to get hurt. But, you know, the future of our tribe, you know, that's what really bothers me. It seems like many of our people, they've lost the pride of the tribe. I'm a proud Cheyenne, you know, even though I was gone for about 35 years. I always felt I was a proud Cheyenne. I came home and, you know, that's one of the reasons why I got involved in politics, because I felt that the tribe wasn't being taken care of, and we were being taken a ride by Southwest Casino. And, you know, Southwest Casino and their group, they're pretty clever, very clever people. Whatever they do, they plan. They plan for a year, 2 years, or whatever. That's how they avoid all this backlash from the feds. And this issue right now with the pokertribes.com, that was a good scheme too, because the plan that they had developed, this is my theory, the plan that they had developed involved the tribe and involved other people like entertainment, the group from California and Las Vegas that we paid $9.4 million to secure these two enterprises. But that was part of the plan. And then to get the state of Oklahoma involved in it, that was a good plan. But the state of Oklahoma, their people, the governor's people, you know, I don't know why, but they didn't see what was going on. And the bottom line of the whole issue or the whole scheme was to get international gaming. That's the bottom line. Because after spending $9.4 million of tribal money, there was no problem for them to say, okay, we won't have internet gaming here in Oklahoma. Yeah. And then for them to use the excuse, well, we thought it was okay to have internet gaming. We thought it was okay. And it was just a mistake, which is bull. You know, when I was governor, I knew, and everybody that was involved in gaming knew, we could not have internet gaming. All the other tribes understood, because the compacts that we had with the state all had the same language about internet gaming. So to say that it was a misunderstanding or we thought is just a bunch of malarkey. And then the governor turns around and says, okay, well, we can give you, we'll let you have international gaming, but we want 20%. So that's 20% of a lot of money. You know, it is a lot of money. And so those are things that really concern me, because I don't think there was really any negotiation. I think these deals were made to satisfy their friends, to satisfy the attorney general, to satisfy different people. So they all had a piece of the action. So, you know, you just need to think about it.
What can we do? What can be done? Can they be prosecuted? What?
Well, we had a conference call with the senior attorney for the governor's office, and we asked him about this international gaming. Is it illegal for the tribe? And did the governor give Janice Boswell permission to participate in the international gaming? And he said no. He didn't give permission to do that, because there's no way that he could give permission for a sovereign nation to participate with another sovereign nation. And Marcy was telling me that in the commerce law, the tribes, within another sovereign nation, can't participate without federal regulations or state regulations with other sovereign nations. So there was a lot of things that should have been done before they signed this this agreement. So.
The agreement that internet gaming, according to the Constitution, those contracts should have gone through the legislators and the governor of the Cheyenne Arapaho tribe.
Well,
did that happen to you all?
No. They should have gone through the legislature and then to the tribal council for approval. Or it might be the other way around, where they go to the tribal council first and then to the legislature for ratification. So
in other words, they're embezzled. They've embezzled funds from the tribe.
I would see that. I would say
That's
so.
the bottom line.
Yeah.
That they embezzled our money without our knowledge.
Oh,
Yeah, did they come out in the paper and say, hey, tribe, this is what we did for you, or how did we find out?
well, we found out at the last minute.
Yeah.
So, but that's not only that's only one issue that has happened to us. There are many other issues that have gone on, and deals and agreements that this administration has made with other people without going through the legislatures or the tribal people. They make their own deals, and then they tell us about it. But I know one thing for sure, it's going to cost the tribe a lot of money. The tribe's going to have to pay a lot of money. We don't know how many compacts or contracts are outstanding. We don't know. And for us to not know how much money we're making every month, that's another question right there that needs to be answered by these people. So we're in a tough spot.
I thought that because of our Constitution, I remember when we were making the new Constitution, the reason why we made a new one was to have accountability of our money. The first crew, which was, what were they, the 34th or 5th, Ed White Skunk and them, when they had our casino money and was just, like it wasn't going into a GRAP.
Yeah.
Okay, when they didn't throw it into a GRAP, the money was up in the air. It didn't go anywhere. When the GRAP came in, certain percentages, it's like a big pie. It all went somewhere. Okay, so according to the Constitution, we should have accountability of that.
Sure.
So where's that at?
We don't have any accountability. That's the problem. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was at the symposium. I didn't know it was going to be a symposium, but I thought it was just going to be a thing at the legal thing in there in Norman.
Yeah.
With the attorneys and stuff. So I went there, but it was a symposium put on by Lindsay Robinson. So I've been to several of these symposiums before. And they had Washburn there, Deputy Secretary of the
Assistant
Interior.
Secretary.
Yeah, the Deputy Secretary. It wasn't Salazar, none of it. It was the deputy. But he makes a lot of decisions for the Indian people. And this is what he said. I want you all to know this. You're getting off on the wrong thing. We've been against illegal stuff from day one.
Right.
You've been fighting, you ain't fought yet. It hadn't even been a fight. The mob. You're fighting organized crime from 20 years ago. They came in, or they knew this. Let's go jump on them Cheyenne rebels. They're dumb. We're going to we know how to get to people. They done their homework. They came here, and they got different officials over on their side. The officials can control their people. You have these certain people control them, and we can rake the money in and give these guys a little bit here and there. And dog dish out a little bit to the tribal members. Well, this deputy secretary, here's what he said, and it kind of appalled the heck out of me. Because I asked him, this is why I'm answering your question about
Okay.
the Constitution. And they had these law students and all that asking a few questions. And I asked them about the tribe of Cheyenne Rapids, if they had a constitution like the United States of America, and we're a sovereign nation, they're hiding behind the sovereignty because BIA and all that won't do anything, the government won't do anything because they say we're a sovereign nation, and that's an internal affair, and we have to decide on what kind of government we want. Well, these two lunatics that ran for governor, they won. So the people decided on who was going to govern them. You see? So to overthrow this governor, they would say, well, you went against the vote of the people. But yet they do everything illegal, and the legislators and the election commission, all that, they were legal, that we had in place, legitimate. All the rest is, everything they've done has been illegal. And he said, now this comes from the second man in command. He said, you know what? He says, when the Constitution was formed of the United States, he said the people, and Ben Franklin told the people, they asked Ben Franklin, Mr. Franklin, have you given us a government? He said, yes, and now you've got to fight for it. He said, we had a revolution for the country, and we had to fight for it. The Civil War, too. So what was he saying? He's the second in command. He's telling us this. And that's, the Constitution don't mean nothing unless you get up and fight for it. And if you're tough enough to take it back, you can take it back. If you're not, well, then them crooks are going to continue to run the things, and there you're going to sit.
Yep.
And this is where we're at right now. They're running things, and I told this judge, Judge Smith, we got into a little discussion there. She's working for the Chickasaws now. They all jump from one place to the other. It's like a tag team. It's like, hey, it's my turn, come on. And they jump here, and they love these tribal courts where they can do this. And I told her, I said, you know, you're here. You've got these law students, they're asking questions. You guys all got great credentials because you got a speaker from Montana, and you got this one and that one. I said, you're telling them this about ethics? And I said, yet you got 11 or 12 lawyers out there at Concho running an illegal thing. There's no ethics there. There's no law. There's no nothing. And I said, what are you doing? I said, there's a Grolner. Rick Grolner's been out there since 1994. He got out of law school. That's the only place he's been. I said, look at this.
Excuse me,
So here's what you got.
what you're saying right now about we have the Constitution and all this, what we don't have is a law enforcement to enforce our laws, to
Yes, I know.
enforce our court orders.
But here's what I'm trying to tell you. Here's what he told us. He said, the people are the government. The people are the Constitution. If your people won't stand up, it's just like any other country, a sovereign nation. If the people won't stand up and take their government back, nobody's going to give it to you.
Well, the thing is we have tried to step in and take over, because that was the only choice they gave us, was to step in and take over. The minute we step in, the BIA rush in and take us down, put us in jail, call us the rioters.